Hello, everybody. We're standing at the entrance of the varnish room, and one of the things you'll notice is that we're pulling some conditioned air from our high bay room, where we turn boats over, pull engines, replace engines, and so forth. And we've made some significant upgrades to the varnish room. We can lock the door down from the outside now, or from the inside when we're in there. And so now we're keeping the door tight against the seals, which you see here, a little tighter than we had in the past. We also found that we had openings right down here, and we've completely filled those with the foam that's made for corrugated metal, then we have, so that we don't kick up dust while we're in here varnishing, we have our soaker hose right here. I'm going to turn it on the manual. It comes on every morning and runs 10 minutes and wets the floor down, so that we're tromping around in wet floor instead of kicking up dust. That fan that I showed you, the pressurization fan, we have a wet dust collector. This is a very crude one. They make much more expensive ones, but they all operate the same way. We're bubbling the air through the water, and as you can see, the water is dirty. It's probably a couple of day old water in here, and it is dirty, and so that's how we clean the air from the other portion. By pressurizing this room, any leaks of air are leaks out instead of leaks in. If I was to shut the lights off, you'd also see that we improved the door seal around our overhead door. It's a double lip seal now instead of just a single lip seal. We also have it's actually it's a wool duster up here, and we have a boot on it right now, a canvas boot, but we clean the lights with those in preparation the day before varnishing. We have a HEPA filter in on our furnace and a HEPA filter out, which is up here. We also control the humidity. We varnished yesterday, so last night we shut the heat down because we're not concerned about the temperature now because our varnish is cured. But we normally keep the room at 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 50% humidity. Those are the ideal conditions according to the varnish manufacturers for varnish application. Some of the other things we do is when we want to maintain the heat, when the HVAC is off, we don't want any air movement, so we got one of these. We have a little bit of air movement out of these, but we have one of these very small heaters, which actually, we're so well insulated, actually keeps the room at temperature relatively inexpensively. All right, and then some other features that you see are another HEPA filter up here in the corner. This thing runs in the morning from 4 a.m. to about 6 a.m. and shuts down so that we can there we go. I had to lock my door. You could have got in last night. So we do that so that we can shut it off so that any dust that might still be remaining in the air has an opportunity to settle, and we can take it off with a tack cloth before we start varnishing. Okay, just wanted to give everybody updates on, one last thing we do is also the night before, you see this air compressor. We use this with a special anti-static gun. If you've ever had fisheye, it's caused by static electricity, and so we have a radioactive isotope that when we spray air past that isotope and onto the surface of what we are going to varnish, we do this the night before because we don't want the air movement in the building. When we do that, the positive and negative ions will bond to the sites and neutralize the static charge on the boat. The other thing you see on the floor here is to prevent fire. We don't throw we have our varnish, our leftover varnish dries. We never pour it back in a can because that would be putting contamination back in a can. So our leftover varnish dries up, then we can throw it in the dumpster. We also spray ourselves down with just dollar hairspray, and we become dust magnets. And any dust that's on our clothes remains on our clothes because we've sprayed this hairspray on, and that creates the dust and sticks to us. So I think that's about everything that of the measures that we take in our varnish room to make sure that we get a dust-free coat. And I'm glad that you took the time to watch. Thank you.